Sunday lover, only here for the light. She gets reused, fading into the night. She's a Sunday lover, never stays till the end. She gets reused, and she's gone again. Sunday lover, Sunday lover. Don't call her Monday. Don't try to keep her close. She's a moment, not a memory. Just something you almost. try to keep her close. She's a moment, not a memory, just something you almost. Sunday lover, drifting out of sight. She gets reused, lost in neon light. She's a Sunday lover, echo in the dark. Oh, she gets reused, leaves without a mark. Sunday lover. Sunlight through the linen, slow and go. 4, 5, 6 on the counter, 4 with 4. She don't ask for forever, she don't need a name. Just a quiet kind of fire, never stays the same. Silence in the rhythm of the room. The city hum is fading like a fume. No promises to borrow, no past to uncover. She's only ever known as a Sunday love. Soft touch, no ties, no truth, no lies. Just a moment passing by. She's
Hello and welcome. We are here at the crit. At the moment now, we have the B batch that are off, and we will share those images for you right now. This is the front pack currently coming through, and probably also one of the most exciting bunches that we love at the moment. So they are going to be really, really competitive. I see it looks like a Bates right at the back there. So Matthew Bates right at the back there. But again, really, really competitive bunch. And we have a lot of action happening. Looks like Magda Nieuwenhout is there right on the back. So you'll see her going straight down. And again, we have the women's bunch as well as the B batch. These are going to be your really, really competitive fields here. And we really have some awesome, awesome racing today. What we do have is quite a great schedule at the moment now. So as we pull up the schedule, that is the weekend racing. So currently the 23rd of August. We saw probably everyone starting off at about 8:30 this morning, which is your club groups, your para category, as well as your under 11 boys after that, and your girls, under 13 girls. They did 5 laps and 4 laps respectively. And some more ladies coming through. Again, everyone with this crit. This is a criterium race. So if you are not familiar with it, it is a grueling race of laps. and it will definitely, certainly test you, not just physically, but also mentally, because some of these guys really do tear up those corners. After the under 9 boys, who were off at 8:32, we had at 9:30 the C category. That is also your competitive women. They did 7 laps each. 9:31, you had your under 15 boys, your under 17 girls. They did 5 laps. 9:32, we saw the under 13 boys and under 15 girls off. And 10:30, it's currently 10:51. And at 10:30, we saw our B category, which is what we've got off now. And that'll be your under 17 boys and your racing ladies. All riders will start together in this field, and they will do 9 laps. It's a 9 laps scratch race. So the winner that comes over the line is the winner in total. 11:30 sees our A category and our junior boys off. They have 10 laps. And I can tell you, we've seen a couple of elite guys already rolling through. The team of Nessa already here. Alwyn Steenkamp and Brendan Havenga. Alwyn said that he was racing yesterday, and it was definitely a race that tested him quite a bit. So it's nice to see that those races are testing those fields. And with the rider profile, we are really, really lucky to see quite a few riders come in. And I know that we've got Dane Apples. Dane, obviously, he's moved on and he's with the Peloton Academy. He's a South African road cyclist born in 2001. I'm born in 1989, so I definitely feel old right now. And again, Dane has competed in quite a few races right now. And most notably, I really did see Dane compete. And Dane was at the Cape Town Cycle Tour about 2-3 years ago, and really tried to make note of himself in that breakaway bunch. So did some really, really awesome work there. He's not afraid of hard work, Dane, and some of his recent best results include 2nd at the Buffelstrap 2025 and 3rd place. Again, you know, Dane really does ride quite nicely. So also making his way into Botswana. And when we go for the likes of Team Nessa, and again, a man that's made some really, really awesome waves here, Felix Rogotsky, there we go. Felix, I would consider him to be a bit of a crit rider there. He's got some really, really awesome results. And again, 26-year-old, when I asked him, tell me something interesting about yourself, and he said he likes Swiss chocolate. So he definitely likes the sweet things in life as well. Also, again, you know, being in a team like Nessa, he really enjoys a team that makes him feel well represented. As we move on to another main protagonist, someone who always is someone, or a rider that we've got to watch out for, is Kent Main. As we now go to camera 6 and take a look at the bunch, and this now is going to be the peloton, and they're still all together here, and we see Life Cycle right in the front. I'm not sure if that's Robbie Hunter. I know that Robbie did race yesterday and on the podium, and we look at the guys. Really, really awesome. So this crit goes straight up, and they're going to be doing a turn about 250, 300 meters in, and then they will come straight back down again. And just some information on Felix. Felix not racing today. He's got a bit of illness, so we hope that he does feel better. And then the ladies are right there on the back, and the men coming through. And again, really, really grueling racing here. As they cross that corner, we see Life Cycle really, and a bit of talking going on there. So Life Cycle now asking if anyone else is going to do some work, I'm sure. And the group already broken up. As we get confirmation on what possibly is lap 1 complete now. And then we'll go through with some questions and maybe see if you guys can guess. We've given you guys a bit of a tester today. And there's Bates, Matthew Bates from Team Peak. And again, when we were going through the weekend, 11:30, we'll see the A category and junior boys. So just in about half an hour's time. And obviously we are here at the Crit, so please don't forget Gauteng Provincial Crit Champs, the 6th of September. That is around the corner. It just gives you guys enough time to get fit. And it is here at Lords View Industrial Park. That's where we are today. And you guys are asking me, Brendan, it has been hot the whole weekend. What is the temperature? Well, I've got you guys and I will be looking after you. That currently is the weather right now. Highs of 28 degrees. This morning saw 9 degrees. It definitely did feel a lot hotter than that. And then with the wind, very light wind, approximately 5 kilometers an hour. And here at Lord's View, we find that we somewhat accustomed to the wind. There's quite a bit of wind here, so we know that when we do come here to Lord's View, we are there. And the man of the hour, Jeremy Martins, and let's bring on the front camera. Come on, Jeremy, have a sit down with me.
Yes, so Brendan, so this is the toy you've been talking about to me about the last couple of weeks.
So we are all good to go. And Jeremy, there's quite a few things, and I'm just going to give you this mic so you have whole access and you can talk as much as you want now. So let's just be honest, we love the Crit now, and we've got the 6th of September, we've got Gauteng Crit Champs. From today, let's take us through today. Such a competitive bunch, this B batch.
Yeah, the B batch is, over the last couple of months, has proven to be probably the most competitive bunch. And also you've got, in this group, I've chucked in we included the elite racing ladies. So I think for a elite women's racing perspective, it's definitely going to up your ante, because the speed here, as you can see, is flipping insane. The guys are going quick. I must say, I was also surprised today. I don't know if you got the C category. There was also 30, 40 riders, and it was like a bunch fight all the way. It was really, really good. But yeah, this B category has definitely been the star of the show, I'd say, for the last couple of events.
And take us through the route today, because what I love is it's always different. There's never ever a route where people are like, okay, we can get accustomed to this. Now we can relax. Maybe we can plan. You throw it in there and you just decide, no. Whatever you expect different. So take us through the route.
So I think for the guys who are listening here, who are familiar with it, you start in the finishing straight. You predominantly go downhill, I would say, for about 1.5 kilometers or 1.6k. Go down to the bottom of the business park. You make a U-turn at a roundabout, then you make your way up. I'd say about on the way back, there's a flipping hard climb. I call it 600-700 meters. Kicks up to, I think, 5% at the steepest. It's not a super hard climb, meaning you get into a small chain ring and find your threshold heart rate and dig through it. It's hard, and it's a punchy climb. It's enough to really rip things up. And also, I think what's proving to be difficult for a lot of the guys is the fact that you got that U-turn with about 250 meters to go. So you're coming from to a stop to sprinting absolutely full gas to the line by 300 meters out.
And who does this course? Actually, we can take a look at right now. The camera obviously currently on the boys now. So take us through what you're seeing now. Who's dictating this race?
I think as it's shown over the last couple of events, it's not purely a sprinter's course, and it's not a climber's course. It's actually quite as far as I think, a fair course, in the sense that it's got something in it for everybody. One thing that you definitely need to be aware of, you need to be technically astute. You can be as strong as you like and as good as you like, and if you make mistakes, look at the back straight there in that U-turn, you can lose a lot of positions. But if your technical game is strong, you can make up a lot of positions right there. So that's what I say. It's something in it for everybody. Nice fast circuit. I mean, look at the guys. It's all bunched up here, or not bunched up. It's all lined out. Pressure's on. Okay, there's one of our under 17 riders. I think that's Evan Odia. That's on the front, and top veteran rider there, Robert Hunter. Yeah, throwing it down there. And then we have our MC extraordinaire, Steve Saunders going right past there in front of us. It's his second race of the day. Steve loves this format of racing, and he's getting stuck into it.
So I thought I did see Robbie Hunter today, and coming off yesterday, I mean, he got a podium yesterday and racing today. How good is crit? Why does someone need crit in their lives? Because, I mean, we certainly know why we need it in our lives, but, to those listening.
Very simple. For all of those who have aspirations, I'm talking specifically here to the younger riders, those who have aspirations, they want to race abroad, they want to put themselves up in Europe. The two biggest factors when you go there is, number one, the roads and the races are technical. It's not like our typical South African 100k fun ride where you've got big wide open sections and no turns. It's very technical. It's very fast. There's a lot of riders around you, and I think the way the crits have developed here over the years, it's become that. I mean, I think it's the closest step that you're going to get to European racing is this format of racing. It's got everything for it. It's technical, it's high intense, and that's what European racing is. And I think slowly but surely over the years we're starting to shift South African bike racing. Guys, I want to say bike racing, I mean the guys who race bikes, race competitively, into this format, and it's proving that, it's definitely proving one of the ones everyone likes.
And again, that's our Gauteng provincial crit champs. So again, with the crit champs coming now, what are we going to be expecting with the crits?
So Gauteng Crit Champs is Saturday the 6th of September, which is actually 2 weeks from today. That event is open to anyone who is a licensed bike racer. We're going to cover everybody from your under 9s all the way up into your 60 plus. We will be racing here at Lords Zoo on this circuit. I know I've had a lot of people asking me, guys, here we are, you're saying it. Sunday the 6th of September, we will be using this circuit here at Lords Zoo.
So basically the exact one we're riding today is the one they'll be riding on the 6th.
Absolutely, 100% exactly the same. What I will do is, or not I will, what we will do is that is different to the way we've been running a league events. Per time slot, we are going to have two age groups on the course at the same time. So just use a point in case for argument's sake. The master men 30 to 39 will start, and then they say 2 minutes behind them the lead racing ladies will start. So you're going to have two bunches racing on the course at the same time. They'll be on different points of the course, and they will be judged differently or judged separately. But yeah, that's where we're going to do it. And also, guys, just use an example here now of the 30 to 39 men and the elite racing ladies. That hasn't been finalized yet. That's just an example.
Brilliant. We'd like to thank our sponsors. Obviously, we've got a few sponsors. We've got them up on screen. They guys that really have helped grow the event, and we really have enjoyed them. Jeremy, not only do we have guys that are keeping our sports alive and our events alive, but we have giveaways as well. So obviously there's a crit series. Take us through the crit series. What's in it? Why are people so excited about this?
Well, the series runs over 10 events from February up until the last event in November. So each category, I've got an A category, a B category, a C category, and our elite racing ladies. They will, at every league event, they're racing for points. So the points are as follows. If you win, you get 3 points. If you get second, you get 2 points. And if you get third, you get 1 point. And then as the season rolls along, all those points are tallied up, and then we're running up with a leaderboard. I've intentionally kept it that way so that the racing is tight. I mean, the last 2 seasons we've had it that the A category, which is your elite racing men and your top level juniors, the race for the overall series has come down to the last day, and on 2 occasions actually come down to the last sprint of the day. So I try to keep it competitive. So this year for the prizes, our elite racing ladies, this is a fantastic prize. BMC Coaching, they've stepped in and sponsored €1,000 for the winner of our elite racing ladies. Then Booney Sunglasses, fantastic brand, they've stepped in, and the winner of the C and the winner of the B category will get themselves a lacquer set of Booney Sunnies. And then as we stand now, we are still looking for a prize for the A category, but there seems to be something that's in the pipeline. But yeah, as always, guys, if there's anyone listening who would like to help and step in and get their brand out there and get associated with this racing, we are still looking for a prize for the A category men.
And leading lady is at Magda Nieuwenhout?
Yeah, Magda Nieuwenhout. Yeah, very, very strong rider. Relatively new to the road scene, but she's definitely stepped in with a massive bang.
Triathlete?
Yeah, comes from a strong triathlete background. And funnily enough, our current South African elite criterium, a women's elite criterium champion, Lucy Young, she also comes from a strong triathlon background. Now, normally the Tornello ladies are here competing, but they've just come off Burundi. And I don't think they're back in South Africa yet. But yeah, the competitive ladies group is, well, not the competitive ladies, sorry, the elite racing ladies group has become really good. You got like Lisa Bones come, she's won a few events. Magda's right up there, Lucy's right up there, Sonica's right up there. Yeah, so the best of the best come out here to play.
A massive shout out to Tonolo, really. I felt like they've just come off the tour now. Sonica had a fantastic day this weekend. And I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that really should give them clearance for their team to hopefully go pro Conti.
Yeah, you would always hope for something like that, just so that it helps raise the profile of South African cycling. I think what they've done this far, the Tornello men's team, they've got their license, they're out there mixing it. They're currently in Turkey, and it's getting exposure to South African riders to international, to all spheres of international racing. I think it's very, very important that this type of exposure is happening, and thanks to sponsors.
Brilliant. So obviously we've spoken about the sponsors, what they're giving. Now let's talk about the riders. So up on screen, we've got all the categories. We've got all the racing categories as well as the clubs. So currently, if you take us through a couple of these, just a couple of these categories and riders. I mean, Felix, I've just heard now that Felix is not going to be here today. He's feeling a bit ill. So that does put Felix from, 5 points. And that just kind of opens it up. I mean, we know that Via Nieuwenhout has got a fantastic ride on him. I think he came third yesterday. Ryan Gibbons on 3 points. Ryan won yesterday's race. And yeah, I mean, it looks quite littered with a lot of points here.
Yeah, it's a pity that Felix is not well. He's not going to be racing today, but that does open the door for a lot of other riders. There's a lot of good riders that are stacked up on the points. And I think, the cliche, on any given Sunday, anybody can win a race. Via Nieuwenhout, he's come on a leaps and bounds in the last little while. He's right up there on second on general classification. He had a good result yesterday. He is here today. So this could be a good day for him to actually open up a lead on the rest of the riders. But there's so many guys that are right up there in contention. So from the elite men's side, I think we can have a good day for the race. But I think thinking bigger picture, with Felix not being here, it's going to open up something for the overall classification.
I mean, when I start looking at those names, you look, well, Gustav Roller, Gustav Besson, not here. Warren Moolman, not here. And when I say not here, that's because they obviously riding elsewhere, whether it's overseas. And then obviously I've seen Alwyn Steenkamp, who's currently on 3 points, and he's here. He said that yesterday hurt him just a little bit. But you're on 3 points, you're definitely going to put yourself in the hurt locker. Brendan Havenga said he's got good legs today.
Yeah, Alwyn, he won the last event that was here. Went away pretty early on and stayed away. A team like Team Nessa, they're putting themselves in a good position in the sense that there are a lot of good riders that are up there in general classification, and they are playing their cards. So with Alwyn getting the win last event and putting up on 3 points, he's definitely put himself in contention for the overall. And obviously with today, Felix not feeling fantastic, that was a good card to play for last event. But yeah, I mean, good riders here, competitive riders. The general classification is wide open.
I also love talking about the ladies racing. I think ladies racing is something that has really, it's phenomenal. So, with Lucy Young also not being here, we see Magda Nieuwenhout on 6 points, Lucy currently on 11. That'll move her closer up into, well, sort of obviously searching for that first spot. She'll be wanting that series win.
Yeah, I think if she gets the win today, she certainly looks like she is in a good position to do it. That'll bring her up to 11 points, which puts her 2 points behind Lisa. And it's all, then it's all to play for at the upcoming events. And then again, when you got €1,000 on the line, just under 20,000 rand, you're gonna do what you need to do to get the job done. There's a lot of good riders that are in the mix and chasing that €1,000.
So with Gauteng champs coming up, we've got the graphic on screen right now. the female Gauteng 2025 champion, Lisa Bone. We've obviously mentioned her, but we have a question for everyone. I'm sure most of you have my number. Let's ask you guys a question. Who was the male 2025 Gauteng champion? If you know the answer, pop me a message. And obviously, Vian Leverhout riding past us, he's looking to see how good his legs are, maybe doing a bit of a warm-up.
Sure, Brendan, looking here, there is a split in the B category. Don't quote me on this, but I'm going to say close on 20 seconds. And I think, look, we don't have the lap countdown board in front of us, but I'm going to guess at about 3 laps to go. The group is still all together, but this is where it does always gets tricky and colorful. Like, are those guys going to commit to bring that group back? Obviously, these two riders in the front here, they're going to go absolutely all in, win or bust. But are they going to do the same behind?
So that's your breakaway, and I'll give that a little bit of time. And we're going to take that breakaway off, and we are going to go for the peloton, which is coming in.
Yeah, looking at it's lined out, but you can see it's not absolutely at high intensity. Looking at the rider in the front there, I think that's Evan Nordia. He doesn't seem crouched over, so I don't think that group, they're committing to the chase.
That is 27 seconds.
27 seconds.
27 seconds.
See, Marta Niver has made her way back into that group.
Very good for her, because now she doesn't have to do too much work, and she knows that that group is either going to coast and give her the gap she needs.
Again, we've been singing her praises for the last 15, 20 minutes. Strong rider. She knows what she's doing. I mean, funny story, but 2 or 3 events ago, her and Lucy were sprinting for the win. I think Lucy just pipped her. She literally, if you can see on the screen, the finish line is about, 150 meters up the road. Came across the finish line, came straight to where we were sitting now, took her cycling shoes off, put her bike down, and went and ran 7Ks. Like, no, not even grab a Coke or have a water, nothing. Crossed the finish line, shoes off, and went straight into a run.
That's definitely a triathlete if I ever saw one. And then the next upcoming event, Jeremy, we've got Eastside Classic Road Race. That's the 1st of November. The distances are 59 Ks and 103. And tell us about that event.
I think that event years ago, there was an event at Carnival City. It was run by the guys of Germiston Wheelers. As things progressed, they went along the way. They moved it out to the circus in south of Johannesburg, but then that kind of faded away for a couple of reasons. And then, unfortunately, in South African road cycling, over the years, there's been a decline in the amount of road events. Now, there are a lot of mitigating reasons to that. But, it is what it is. So, me as I'm a passionate lover and supporter of road cycling in South Africa. And it breaks my heart to see the less and less and less races. And I thought, well, fuck this. I've actually got to do something about it. I'm not, if 3 years down the line, there's no road races, then I can't sit and complain and say, oh, it used to be this, used to be that. So I decided, well, I do live in the East Rand. I live in Benoni. It's close to my area. Simple logic. Let me try it that way. You go talk to all people at the powers that be at Carnival City, and they were happy to step in and allow us to host an event there. So the race is going to go out, brief overview from Carnival City out to Nigel Heidelberg, past the gates of Suikerbosrand Nature Reserve, Leondale, and then back towards Carnival City. Fast flowing circuit. I'm going to put my head on the block here and say it's going to be the fastest race in South Africa. Very simple reason. It's 103 Ks with 700 meters elevation, and the East Rand is known for one thing: speed and a lot of wind. See, some of our elite racing ladies also going through there. Danielle van Niekerk, one of South Africa's more prolific track riders. She's decided to get back on the road and get some fitness going. I think I do speak in a correction, but I think that is the group for second and third lady on the road. So it's nice to see her back in the racing. But yeah, going back to the East Rand Classic, and I thought, I'm not going to complain. I'm actually going to try and do something about it. So, yes, the race is held at Carnival City. The race will go out into the greater district of the East Rand, maybe Correctia, Ekurhuleni. I think something that's unique about this race, well, there's 2 unique things about this race, but the first thing that steps to mind is that all the riders, elite men, elite women, will do the 103 kilometer qualifying road race. So then top 20 will then go through to the criterium, which will be 2 or 3 hours after the finish of their race. This is where it's going to get a little bit more tricky. All of the prize money every single cent of the prize money is going to be on the criterium. So the riders who win or get second or third or fourth or whatever in the road race, you'll get, you'll finish the medal in a Coke and a 32 GI recovery shake like everybody else. But all of the prize money is on the criterium. So I think that's going to make it exciting, and the riders are hungry to race all the way through to the end.
And the crit, I know we spoke about it, still going to be a hot dog crit.
Yeah. For those who are familiar with the area, it's on the dual carriageway as you exit Carnival City. So yeah, 450 meters up, 450 meters down. We're back at the B group. Looks like these two riders are still away, and I'm going to guess they've opened up that gap is coming down. Look in the distance there. I'm going to guess, don't call me Nostradamus, but I'm going to say 25 seconds.
Well, we'll definitely be timing that and seeing what that gap is. But hopefully they are doing some work. As you said, this is such an exciting bunch. A category or a bunch that I really love is that junior racing. The juniors just really, they rip it up. And here comes the peloton. And who's leading that? Is that Matthew Bates?
Looks like, yeah. And Matthew Bates is also up there in general classification. So he's going to want to get some points in there today. So in this group, you've got the B category consists of your veterans, your veteran racing cyclists, and your under 17 boys. Surprised that we don't have Zander Wilkin here today. He's leading the series. He's actually been almost every single race. He's been up on the podium. Very strong rider, good rider.
Yeah, Zander on 10 points. Herman Fischer. So I actually spoke with Herman during the week. He's obviously going to Worlds now. So he obviously 6 points. He won't be here today. But yeah, Matthew Bates, 5 points.
Yeah, and we heard in the distance there, the bells. That means all of these riders are coming into their last lap.
And if we wanted to know the last lap now, so B category is 9 laps scratch race. Just so we got this clear, scratch race is that person over the finish line first is first?
Sorry?
Scratch race.
Yes, yeah, it's a scratch race, meaning that it's a line-to-line race. The A category, which will be coming up just now, that's a points race. So it's a 10-lap points race. There will be preems on laps 4, 8, and 10. And how the points will work is, if you win the sprint on lap 4, you get 3 points. If you come second, you get 2. You come third, you get 1. The same points allocation will be on lap 8. However, on lap 10, the points are doubled up. So if you win, you get 6. If you come second, you get 4. And if you get third, you get 2 points. So it's in almost all of the races that we've held during that system, it has come down to the last sprint, and the guys who have won the last sprint have won the overall race.
Well, I was going to say, so I've been fortunate enough to be a team manager, and when you look at this tactically, you always know that you've got to either feature kind of second or third in the first sprint, and you have to win the last sprint. But you can never really just win the last sprint, because the amount of sprinters that we have, and I think this is where I really like the course, because remember the first ever crit course, we used to finish right up at the top. Now anyone that's watching this will actually know, we used to finish right at the top, and I was fortunate enough to win one C batch race, and it was only because the guy behind me really looked like a buffalo, and I'm really happy I did. But you either need to be a climber, and then your previous crit race, you need to be a sprinter, an uphill sprinter, and then we actually finished right on this first hill a couple of crits ago, and that's when who was the rider from Hubo?
Stian
Landsberg. He came. He pipped Gustav Rohler for second, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Yeah, he actually got a pretty cool video out on his Insta 360. Got some like a footage of that.
So it's always nice to see, no matter how we change the crit, it doesn't matter what type of rider you are. Number one, you've got to keep up with the pace. So irregardless of where you are and what you're doing. But number two, and this is the point, is you actually can't really tell a team how to race this, because there are always different types of riders that come here and win.
Yeah, this circuit lends itself to all different kinds of styles of racing. But I think it's been proven most times that the strongest guys always get themselves to the front and always take out the win. I think I spoke a little bit too soon earlier. That could be our second and third ladies on the road. That looks like Mazan Millet. It's
Is that Mazan and Machta for first and second?
no, Machta's, I think she's got first place secured. She's in the front of the group. Those two ladies there are chasing. That's second and third. And the group that just came past us now, that looks like that is Cameron Luckmeyer from Cycle Nation. That's in that wheel. We just have to get a confirmation when she comes past. And there's Steve Saunders. Jeez,
Absolutely
like
animal, eh? What a beast.
Geez, like the Oaks lost 10 kilos. He's flipping, yeah. He was saying he's thinner than what he was when he was racing. Looks in good shape. He's running a lot. He's riding a lot. That's cool.
Really, really nice. And talking about cool, we've got the weather, which is up on screen. Jeremy, you're also a coach and you do some great work today as well as yesterday. The weather is heating up. It's summer. How, as riders, how are you feeling now with this weather going from what it was kind of cold to flat out racing and now suddenly it's a bit hot?
Geez, like you talk about kind of cold. Beginning of last week, it was snow in Johannesburg, and here we are 10 days later. It's knocking on 30 degrees. I think as a rider, you're always
They're flying.
the guys would prefer to racing conditions like that. But I think he's that right in the front there's definitely got that gap. I'm surprised. I would have thought that from behind the chasing group would have reeled him in, but no, not today.
Nowhere near. So if we pan to going down and up, they are not even around the corner yet. So that gap is absolutely massive. How many laps do we have left?
No, they finished. This is their last lap.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
No, Brendan, I think in all the times we've been racing here at Lords View, the B category, this is one of the first times, guys, don't hold me to this, but I think one of the first times that we have a breakaway that has run its way all the way to the line. So there's your first and second riders, and if you're looking at the group here, these guys are teeing up for the sprint for third place.
So this is your main bunch right now.
Mark Rodriguez on the front there, and I think that's Evan Odia in second wheel.
Rodriguez, he's definitely come to a lot of crits and he's no stranger, but he's also has performed very well at races like 94.7 or Ride Joburg as we know it now.
Yeah, consistent rider. Bike races are bike races. The guys, he always, when he comes, he always performs. He always brings his A game. Look, Magda Niva just went past there. She's definitely going to take out the first place in the elite racing ladies today. That looks like Bates.
In third.
Matthew Bates in third. Oh, that's definitely going to rattle up the cage in the overall for the B category because he was up there, I think, second, third on classification.
So that means that Marco would have ridden for Bates to get some points because they're both Team Peak.
Yeah, and you mentioned now like team tactics or team awareness. The guys are playing it out here today.
And Robbie Hunter just not having the legs just today. He's just on the back there, so probably try to reel them in. And there's Magda Niva.
I think Robbie might have gone all in for the win, and it's you either win or you don't. And I think maybe today that worked out for him.
Well, we've got 5 minutes to the elite boys riding on now. They're off at 11:30. What are we expecting?
I think the Nesta guys are going to try and control the race. They've got a good team here, and Reino Skitter, the current South African elite criterium champ, rode an absolute cracking race out at Steyn City last year. You see sporting his SA champ jersey. Whenever you put an SA champ jersey on, it brings a lot. Brendan, I have to run to go get the racing guys going.
Get the racing guys going. And as we look at the South African criterium champions there, we have female Lucy Young. And as Jeremy just mentioned now, Reino Skitter. Reino the amount of results he's had this year and how he has really grown as a rider right now. A couple of years ago, Reino riding Twitter Cup. I think he was of age or just under and still riding that old Twitter Cup when it used to be a 5-day race, finishing up it was Baines Cliff, and then we used to finish up a couple of mountain stage finishes. But what a rider. And then this year, see him take what could be, I think it was 5th or 4th place, may have been 4th at Cape Town Cycle Tour, the Nessa rider. As we go through more of the riders that we'll be seeing today. So, Sianda Gumedi, the rider from Tsanolo Pro Cycling. Obviously, Sianda has won the elite category at the KwaZulu-Natal Road Cycling Championships. Again, he's had a Royval victory, and Sianda also has been one of the standout riders in Team Tsanolo. Massive shout out to Team Tsanolo. They have really come in and done so well. Their teams have been going Conti, riding all over the world, quite literally from Asia up in Africa, having a really good time in Tour of Benin. And Sianda has been one of the standout champions from the start. And let's not forget one of the riders, Kent Main. Kent Main, I mean, if you go to Rwanda and you say the name Kent Main, you could probably get a drink at any bar you wanted. He is an absolute icon there in Rwanda, and not only in Rwanda, but in South Africa as well. 2024 won the prestigious Cape Town Cycle Tour men's race with a solo breakaway. Now, if you have seen my videos on social media, I was fortunate enough to be on the back of that motorbike, watching him clinch that victory. Now, having a helmet on my face and screaming as loud as I can, Ken said he could still hear me because it was such an amazing moment. They went from a team to a self-supported team. They really had to take care of everything they could. Again, 2022, he claimed 4 stages in the Tour of Rwanda from Kigali. Now, Kigali has got to be one of the biggest mountains I have seen. Fortunate enough again to go to World Champs, and that was a road cycling World Champs where they climbed Mount Kigali, and it was astonishing to see the mountain there. And obviously known for his tactical racing and endurance, he rides for Road Cover DMS Pro Cycling, as you well know. He is the GC rider, and he obviously previously competed for UCI Continental Team Pro Touch, as well as Team DMS. DMS still currently a sponsor of the Road Cover DMS Pro Cycling team.
Sun is melting into shades of gold. Salt on our skin, hearts never getting old. Cold drinks laughing in our hands, barefoot dancing in the sand. One more round, nobody's keeping time. Every face is glowing in the light. The waves keep singing to the shore. Tonight is all we're living for. Leave the world behind, let tomorrow wait. We've got nowhere else to be. Nothing but tonight, nothing but these lights, nothing but the ocean breathing next to me. Nothing but our souls moving with the flow, like the sunset's never gonna leave. Raise your glass into the sky, watch the daylight say goodbye. If this moment never ends, that's enough for me. Nothing but tonight. Oh, feel alive tonight. Golden hair caught in the evening breeze. Someone starts singing effortlessly. No one's looking at a phone. We've never felt so close to home. The DJ lets the record breathe. Every heartbeat finds the beat. The stars awaken one by one, just as the night has begun. fire burns.
If you guys haven't seen it, go back, log on to Comrades and just listen to it.
I get the overall result. It looks like it could be 2 seconds or it's dead on.
Okay, so we are looking at the men's elite race now. And as we go through to what the men's elite will be racing today, it's going to be the A category plus the junior boys. It's going to be 10 laps and it's going to be a points race. So there will be 2 laps of points, 3, 2, 1. First place will take 3 points, second 2, and third 1, as well as the last and final lap. That will be double points. So first place will get 6 points, second place will get 4, and third place will get 2, as the men's elite boys start to line up now. As we have introduced a couple of the guys, and we will go through them very, very quickly. Dane Apples obviously has the workhorse known around these parts. He's not afraid to do any work. Got him in the breakaway with you. You are very lucky indeed. Sianda Gumedi, the Tsanolo Pro cyclist, and really doing well this year. Also, really a guy that does a lot of hard work in the breakaway, and a stranger to no hard work today. And I do feel that there will be a lot of guys trying to get those points. We will go through the points now. Finally, Kent Main and Road Cover winning the race. So they've already had a really awesome weekend. And now we will go look at the man of the hour. Look at that man. So we've got a few guys from B-Batch ready to go home. They have done their race. And we have seen an awesome result, an awesome showing, and a really competitive bunch, the B-Batch. So your B-Batch points will be reviewed. Zander Wilkin, who was not here, so he's on 10 points. Herman Fashier, he's making his way to Worlds, the Honeycomb Rider, who's currently on 6 points. And Matthew Bates securing third place today in the B category. And it is heating up. The weather has started. We're looking at midday, which is 11 to 2 o'clock. We'll find highs of 28 degrees. It is really sunny and the wind is definitely blowing today. The guys will feel it around the backside. And again, it is a new crit loop. So we are expecting some good racing here. It definitely is a race at the moment now where you can't really define where you can push it. So the racing will definitely take place. The guys will have to chat where they are going to be breaking this down. It is basically the first half of the old route. So if you're here at Lord's View and you know the first half of the route, it goes all the way from the start-finish banner and right down to the bottom, zigzag all around to the turnaround point. There is a massive circle, and then you come all the way back up here, and exactly their start-finish point, about 150 meters past there, and then obviously the finish line. Those are our sponsors for the day. So massive thank you to everyone who has been involved in this Bike Craft Eastside Crit. Absolutely fantastic showing. And again, we've got the Gauteng Provincial Crit Champs, the 6th of September. And that'll be here at Lord's View. Jeremy has confirmed it. It would be this exact route. And today you will see a South African jersey, and it will be the jersey of Reino Skitter, who will be here today. And Reino will be in that bunch. We've seen Tsanolo Pro Cycling. We know that Team Nessa have brought their men out. And we also know that Road Cover DMS Pro Cycling will be here. And if you're wondering about those jerseys, let's give you another question because we love it. Your current VA Criterium champion, Herman Fashier, obviously he'll be going to Worlds now, but Herman is sporting that blue jersey. As you've seen, Reino will be in the white, and this is the jerseys explained. With the red jersey and the SA stripes are your all age categories 17 and younger. Those are your junior categories. Your white stripes, or your white with your SA stripes, is your junior, under 23, and elite. And again, in some categories, when the under 23 rider wins that and they race with the elites don't get a jersey, and the under 23 takes the whole bang shoot. We have seen that before, and I think it was Travis Stedman who did that in the road race. It may have also been Mark Pritson previously. But again, what we want to ask you is, we've got the VA male, which is Herman Fischer in the SA colours. My question to you is, who is the female VA Criterium champion? So if you can answer that to me, you can, I'm sure you've got my number. Come on, everyone here should. And again, we have spoken about the Gauteng Provincial Crit Champs, and we've got another question. Who is the male Gauteng Criterium champion of 2025? The female crit champion, Lisa Bone. Lisa 2025 really won everything she touched, which was absolutely fantastic and really good. So the Enzo construction, Lisa not here currently. She is obviously racing. And now we'll be starting in 5 seconds the elite racing. So they'll be doing 10 laps at the moment now, and we'll get our first look. And I mean already Team Nessa, Tanolo, Peloton, and the whole bunch going down right on the back there. Maybe Keenan Rurt on the back. And just in front of Keenan, about 4 riders there. Maybe Vian Nieuwenhout. So obviously we've got some upcoming events now, and your upcoming events, 2026 Eastside Classic Road Race. If you guys are looking for a road race, this will be the Eastside Classic, 1st of November. And we've got a couple of distances, so it doesn't matter who you are and what you want to ride. There is something for everyone. It is the 59 kilometer as well as the 103 kilometer. We also have a crit. Now, Jeremy has got some really awesome information about that crit. If you do not know, please go back on the stream and you can see everything that you need to know about that crit. But again, the wind has started to blow. I'm sure you can see the trees behind us. So the elite riders will definitely be feeling that. And we've got some really awesome showing of people here. The criterium racing is something that really does, it uses a lot of you, physically and mentally. So once these guys start to come around the corner, and again, it will be a hard race today. And with this wind, it will make it even harder. Tactically, the riders would want to get as many points as they can. Now, Felix is not here. So Felix Rogotsky not here. That is, he's on 5 points currently. Vian Nieuwenhout, if he were to take some points today, that would see him possibly even tie or in the lead. If memory serves me right, Ryan Gibbons currently is holding the yellow jersey for the Mzansi Crit Series, and that would mean that the team of Road Cover DMS would then hold the Crit Series. So let's see, and hopefully they can, and they've got some good showing. Alwyn Steenkamp, 3 points currently, and he is here. Not many riders have come out. A lot of the riders are overseas. A lot of the riders currently now are racing elsewhere. But what we do have is, we know that obviously Dane Apples, and we've done a feature on Dane, and Dane Apples now is riding in that bunch. Dane wasn't feeling too great, so we will see how Dane does perform in this race today. So the riders today, and this is the last category of the day, the last race of the day. And starting just after 11:30, it was 11:40. And the boys are 2 minutes into their ride. These riders, it's going to be the elites and the junior boys. That'll be 10 laps. As we said, there will be points awarded. This will be a points race, not a scratch race. The B category was a scratch race of 9 laps, which is the person that comes over the first after 9 laps will be the winner. And points race would be points after every second or third lap. And then the final will be double points. As the bike comes around the corner and we hopefully see the bunch, we'll know exactly where they are currently sitting now. As we see Steve Saunders making his way with a cup of coffee, and the bunch still together. On the front, looks like a road cover, and Kent Main just making sure that an honest pace is kept. As they go past the start-finish line, and they will then do a U-turn, so they'll come to a grinding halt, turn around, and then make their way past the start-finish line. This will give them a good indication of that sprint. You know, how can they feel in a sprint? Because once you come to a dead halt, you got to really get those legs firing. So you're going to know that there needs to be a person, you know, if someone of Kent's caliber will probably need to try and break away. And here there's a little, just over the top via Neverhout. So he might want to try a little breakaway, and Tsanolo jumping straight onto that wheel. And just as the group now has a headwind all the way back, that headwind will definitely not be too nice. And I'm sure we'll find an interview with Steve Saunders very soon. Steve's ridden 2 races today, so clearly he's getting as fit as possible. And hopefully he will let us know how the route is out there, how he's feeling. And again, as we ask you your questions, send them through if you know them. Who is the Gauteng Criterium Champ 2025 male? As Jeremy is doing prize giving now, and your First Lady Magda Neverhout. So her points will now be even more at this. We have a look and see what she's currently on. So again, she's looking to hunt down Lucy Young. Will she do that? And when we have the updated points, we know that currently your SA champion, your crit champion 2025, Lucy Young. So how will the 2026 crit champs go? Both triathletes now really at it. They both have a really good TT on it. They're moving on to road cycling, and now they are absolutely really dominating that crit. And fortunate enough for us, we have the man of the hour, Steve Saunders, who is just... Steve, so nice to have you with us.
Brandon, how cool is this? Crit racing, I think it's the ultimate solution to all our South African road cycling problems. And the quality of the riders that we have here, But I gotta say, what's really cool is we've got Copy Coffee here. I have what do you call this thing? It's like a shake.
Little friezo.
A friezo type thing with a double shot of espresso inside. It's amazing. Makes my life feel a whole lot better after getting my backside handed to me in the Vets bunch.
I was about to say in 2 races, because you did the C and the B.
Yeah, and I got my backside handed to me in both. It was very intense, but the setup's really cool. Brandon, you're doing a fantastic job with the setup here, bringing the racing to the people, and the excitement and the vibe. I've got to say, well done.
Thank you so much. What's nice is we just heard from Jeremy that this exact route is going to be used for Gauteng's. And I mean, how good is that? Gauteng's is on the 6th of September. So that's been announced. We know the route's been announced. So, I mean, what else do we got to do other than train?
Exactly. And I don't think half these guys need to train. Their form is so good all the time. They know how to handle this. You look at this elite bunch that we got racing at the moment. They are incredible. We just had the elite ladies in the B batch ripping the legs off everybody. And half the ladies aren't here. I mean, Lisa Bone's been sick recently. I actually saw her riding this morning out for a training ride, not doing the racing. But yeah, it's Mazan Mellet was off at African Gravel Champs in Namibia yesterday. She's back here today, ripping the legs off everyone as well. It was brilliant.
And what's nice is we now have a little breakaway in the elite group. So as you see on your screen, there'll be a breakaway of what potentially could be 3 riders and a couple of seconds. I know that Vian Nieuwenhout was trying to get a little breakaway. Is he in it?
Look at this on the front here. Yesterday he was second, a Chanolo rider, Jan Frie de Villiers from the Free State. I say the Free State, he's literally on the border in Paris. Yesterday he was second to Ryan Gibbons.
Absolutely fantastic. And now Rainer Skitter not letting anything get away. He's really trying hard, wearing and sporting that SA jersey. You were at that SA Crit Champs 2025.
Yeah, he's
What-
a brilliant rider. That
Just,
one.
I mean, how did that day pan out for him, really?
It was, it was amazing because he rode it so cleverly, and this is what he's good at. He's so clever. He's so slick on the bicycle. He knows when to put in the efforts. He knows when he needs to back off. Just going back to the front end of the bunch as I come around the corner here. Jan Nieuwenhout in the front, first of the riders through, Jan Frie de Villiers and Alex, I know his surname. I'm going to tell you just now. He's also a relatively unknown factor in the racing environment. Christian Klopper comes through on the front in the chasing group with Kent Main in there. Kent Main on the lap number 1, yeah. Ripped the legs off everyone. Going back to SA Crit Champs, it was Kent Main doing all
Oh, Kent Main's throwing a few hand signals there.
Oh, he's wanting some action from the rest of the guys. He was responsible in SA Crit Champs for all the hard work and the splitting of the bunch. But it was Rainer Skitter who rode it so cleverly. He did his work when he had to. He did the moves, he covered the moves, he did the counter moves when needed. It's just, but he blended in. I hardly noticed him in the race until that last hill. The last time up the hill, just before the left turn, he put in this acceleration. No one could respond to him. Off he went into the finishing straight. Almost a solo win for him. The rest of the guys they just didn't have anything to respond with.
So, I mean, I was lucky. Team Nessa, I think it was just they called me, said, listen, we need someone down at Cape Town Cycle Tour. I said, you know what, I'm there. I am there like a bear. And we just knew that Reno probably would have done something. So hopefully we could have something here. And Reno did. He did. He was extraordinary, got his top 5. And he was just, it was almost like he blended in. Because again,
He's clever. He's so
Ryan
smart.
Gibbons was there, so everyone was watching him. It was absolutely fantastic. And at one stage they were being brought back, and then the bunch just said, or the breakaway just said no, and a top 5 for the man.
Yeah. This is one of the skills the guys have to learn, particularly those guys who are new to the road racing environment. You don't necessarily want to be visible. You want to be able to sit in that bunch. You want to be able to surf the wheels. The best riders are the riders who can be patient. They can watch the gaps. They can watch the racing, but they don't exert too much energy. You want to be able to keep something in reserve, and when the real time comes, that's when you put it down. It's like the guys who are showing off their cars, I don't know, around the shopping center. Like, who cares? You know, you're going to race, go and race at a real race where the real races are. Showing off in the parking lot means nothing.
You see, now this is the type of rider I am. I would probably animate because I know I'm not going to win though. You know, you got to animate
First
as
attack.
much as you.
First attack.
Well, I suppose that's why we're sitting behind, behind the desk. It's so much easier to animate here.
Yeah, no, it's going to be, and watching this race now, you can see the guys from lap number 1, they were mixing it up there. And by the way, keep an eye out because we got one of the X-Track sprinters participating here. He rode here this morning with me, and Josh has, he's got a couple of kilo records, got a couple of team sprint records. He's got SA titles. The guy has got a little kick on him. He is sitting in the bunch, looking pretty comfortable right now, converting back to the road environment from the track environment. So that could be another clever little one that could be doing some damage later on. We're going to have to see how the race progresses. This is, for everyone here, they need to understand this is a points race. This isn't a scratch race. Scratch race means first rider to the finish line wins. Points race, every third lap, I think they're doing points. And it'll be, if they're running traditional points, we're going to have to wait for Jeremy to come let us know how it works. 5, 3, 2, 1.
So we got 3, 2, and 1.
3, 2, 1. So no 5 on it. So first rider across the line after the notice of the sprint lap, 3 points, and it's a rider with the most points at the end of the race that wins. That may not be the first rider to the line.
Well, this is
You've got to
always
have
the
some
thing.
brains.
I mean, as being a team manager, there is nothing that you can actually. You can't work this out because number one, Jeremy keeps changing the route, and number two, just when you figured it out, everything is just turned on its head. So here's your breakaway. Still the 3 guys. So we'd have Vian, it'll be Johan, and it'll be Alex.
Alex Christie, there we go. Got Jeremy on the other side of the camera here giving us an update.
And there is
Ooh,
your
the Kent main.
So the Kent main group. So Kent obviously throwing his hands up in the air. So, but Kent now, if we look at, we want Vian to win if we were road cover,
Yes.
right? So if we wanted him to win, then in theory, Kent would want to hold back just a little bit here.
And you would expect Vian to not be pacing so hard at the front, knowing that Kent's coming across.
Is that Elijah?
It is Elijah Lover, I think it is. So there's the 2 of them. Oh, here we go. And Nessa, yes, they are pacing hard. They're not backing down at all in the effort here. So this little turn that they're going through is so painful. And you're putting in flat out effort, trying to not lose position. Everyone's trying to get a position before you hit that turnaround. You come out of the turnaround, you're 3 gears lighter. You have to get out the saddle, flat out effort, changing gears down.
Lynn blew the whistle. The next
There we go.
time,
Whistle's just gone.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay. From Jeremy giving us an update on how it works. Kent Main in the chasing group of 2. Elijah sitting on his wheel. Kent is...
He's coasting. I think he's looking good. Let's see if he turns it around and asks Elijah what to do. But I think if Kent knows anything at the moment now, he'll try and take it as easy as possible for no one else to break away. So all he's doing is limiting the damage to Vian.
Yeah, and let me tell you the conditions out there. It looks nice and calm at the moment when we're sitting here on the sideline, but that wind is pretty harsh. And going down the hill, they're going to have a wind from the left side. As they take that left turn, they're going around at the moment. They're going to be into a headwind. Then it's going to be a side wind again, headwind on the bottom end of the course. Then it's gutter wind as they start making their way up to the turnaround at the far end of the circuit. And then it's tailwind and slight corner crosswind from the right-hand side coming back up the hill, but it's so fast. I mean, we were doing 43, 44 Ks an hour when we were coming up here. These guys have got to be doing 48, 49.
I was just about to say, so whatever's on your screen right now in terms of the weather, just ignore this because I promise you right now, I did that last night. And when you're pushing zone 5, it's all headwind.
Yes.
It's all headwind. Even when it's tailwind, it's headwind.
Yeah.
And there's, is that Mazan?
No, this is, but it is the Cycle Nation, ladies.
Yes.
And can you see the injury marks? She crashed before she even started, which is rather unfortunate. But here's Mazan Malik. She's about a head on out. She was 6th yesterday in African gravel champs in Namibia, on the plane last night, back home, and racing today. I think she was 3rd lady home. Phenomenal ride. I almost hung on to them, almost. A lap and a half to go, they dropped me again.
And you'll never believe who has just shown up. I don't think he would actually want to chat to us, but Ricardo Broxham is here.
Gee whiz.
And
There's another man who's done some track racing.
I
road
have
racing.
not seen Ricardo for absolute ages. It's just an absolute rider. A pleasure to be,
Yeah, let's put him in the hot chair.
That's it. No,
Yeah, put him in there, man. Come
Come,
and sit here.
Ricardo,
This
come.
is your chair. It's over here. It's for
Come
you.
on, come on.
Yeah, you're stuck with
Papa
it.
squat,
Say
Papa
hello.
squat. There we go.
What's happening?
I'm.
Camera's watching you.
We live, Chana. We are live.
How's it, Brendan?
Ricardo Broxham. Wow. So, cheapers. I haven't seen you for ages. You still look absolutely phenomenal. You've got some muscle on you. So you're going to gym.
Yeah, I'm about 15 kgs over race weight, but it's been.
But you should
3
ask for your
years.
money back.
So what are you doing with yourself now? Where are you? Where are you staying? What's going on with you?
So recently, like 2 years ago, I got married, and today I'm supporting Joshua Wenzel. I've been doing some of my coffee rides with him in the last couple of weeks. So I would say end of week, his most fatigued day, I'll join him as he's been transitioning into from track sprinting. I don't know if you know Josh Wenzel. He did track sprinting, but he's transitioning into endurance now. So we're just supporting him out here today and see.
We've
how it
chatted about him
goes.
already. He's looking very comfortable in the bunch. It's almost like he kind of is waiting and biding his time before he goes.
Yeah, I think he. If I could speak on behalf of him, he's quite a small guy, so he'll try and wangle his way in the bunch. It's his first endurance race, I believe, since junior. So he was very competitive. So yeah, me and my wife, she's just around the corner. We just supporting him today. See how it goes.
Now we can talk about Josh, but also, I mean, those of you who know Ricardo, a little bit of background on you. I mean, go through your tour of Ireland, and I just love your list. I love your
Wow.
list. Tell us about Ricardo.
Yeah, I think it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you know my story, but yeah, I used to be a very competitive junior as well. I fell in love with the sport of cycling when I was 14 years old. That's a long time ago. But yeah, I think I came from a small town, small background, but I just love the sport. And um, I don't know if you want to say anything about the riders passing.
No, all good, Bruce. So
Okay.
basically, what we've still got that breakaway right now. So that is obviously Vian Nieuwenhout, Alex, as well as Johan de Villiers. They're going to do that out and back, and then straight through the start finish line. This is for points. It's going to be 3, 2, and 1. So the three riders in the front will take the 3, 2, and 1. Vian will most likely go for the sprint. There we go. Vian out the saddle, but he doesn't look like he's in front. It looks like Johan is taking the 3 points. So Johan on 3, Vian on 2, and Alex on 1. Will they keep this up, this breakaway bunch? It looks like Alex has just dropped off the back, so the pace might just be hot.
Yeah, if I can give my 10 cents, it looks like the brakes actually they're in a good stance over here. But if they two riders left, if they're gonna stop riding, I believe they're actually gonna get caught because there's some guys chasing. In my opinion, I haven't been racing in a long time, and I think racing has changed. But I believe it's still a gamble.
Yeah, on this course, it always is. This is always a course where it feels like there's always a headwind, and it's always difficult. Reino Skutter leading that peloton group and trying to bring that breakaway back to them. Kent Main sitting second wheel. So Vian Nieuwenhout sitting second at the moment now in the standings. So let's hope that we can just get Vian up on those points there. So again, Vian on 4 points there. And Felix not here today, so he's battling with a little bit of sickness. But Ricardo, again, you had such a illustrious history, and coming back and riding, how does it feel from where you are? And I mean, Tour of Ireland, take us through all of that.
Yeah, so I think I just want to get currently I am a weekend warrior. As I said, I join Josh maybe once a week on the bike. But yeah, I think I had a good career. I had a good runnings, and I fell in love with the sport, as I said, at a young age. To date, I'm still the one and only South African to have won the Junior Tour of Ireland, which is, I think, that was my proudest season. Back in the day, I was still racing for Team Pro Touch when they were racing, and then for the UCI World Cycling Centre. And actually, in my 2018 season, I was roommates with Biniam Gramey, who won the green jersey at the Tour de France. And we were, in that season, the 2018 season was, we heard these stories of the kid who's beating everyone, and his name was Remco Evenepoel. And the first time we raced him at the, it was a Belgium tour, the Albel Timister Stavelot. We raced him, and myself and Biniam got in the breakaway. It was a gutter, and it's the first time Remco lost a race was against Biniam, and I was there to witness it. I was playing domestic duties on the day, but yeah, I think I had a great career. I rubbed some shoulders against some of the good guys. Later, I raced with Team Honeycomb, which was also an entire different scene from transitioning to junior to that sort of space. But yeah, it was good. It was a good run, I would say. But I've moved on from cycling in a different sense. I still love the sport and I support the sport. But yeah, life took a different route for me, if I can just say it that way.
Absolutely brilliant. Married now, so I think it's very, very comfortable. I mean, we met at Team Honeycomb, and I
Yeah.
think that's it's always nice when paths cross, and no matter where you are and what you're doing, it's always for a reason.
Definitely.
And again, I mean, I remember, I think it was Mpumalanga tour. I think it was day 3. There was a climb, and I hadn't eaten. I think we were on 6 hours that day. You were at the back with Ivan. Oh, I forget his surname now. Really tall guy. Anyway, you
Yeah,
guys
I
were both
remember.
having a chat there, and
Vickers Mayber. Yeah.
and you literally said to me, "What do you have in your car?" And I'm like, "I've got my lunch." And in my mind, I'm like, "I haven't eaten in 6 hours." But it's like,
Yeah.
he's like, "I just need anything." And I handed over my lunch, and you just ate it, and I felt so bad for you. I was like, "You know what? He just needs my
Yeah,
lunch.
that's true.
That's all he needs."
That's true.
But you know what? From then on, we shared an awesome moment winning your first race back. It was a sprint to the Cup.
Yeah, I remember that.
Still got absolute memories of that, and
Exactly.
that does the rounds, and I see that on Facebook all the time. And
Yeah, me too.
you know, it's really, really, really special. So it's almost a great resurgence to just an epic place where you find yourself now.
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes, sometimes you get your doubts and think like, what if I didn't have the bad luck I had, or what if, cycling is a sport that demands a lot of discipline, and I think pursuing the sport, like locally, it has its challenges, and I think sometimes you ask yourself the question like, what if this or what if that, and definitely I still do. But I'm also at peace. I'm at peace in my heart, knowing where I am right now in life, knowing that I still love the sport, and I'm still here to support the guys. Yeah,
Definitely the biggest thing I can say. Ricardo, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
Absolutely awesome. I can't believe I saw you. Where
Yeah,
are you
you
staying
too.
currently at the moment?
So I'm staying in Randburg at the moment. Yeah, so just 25 minutes away from where we are right now. And yeah, yourself, do you still ride?
Listen, I think riding, you know when you leave your jersey at your ex-girlfriend's house, and it's your favorite jersey, and then you got to go and fetch it. It's uncomfortable, but you know you got to do it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about riding.
see.
It's uncomfortable, but I know I've
Yeah.
got to do it.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. We do enjoy riding. Always run a lot, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
that's you, eh? I remember those days.
Not too bad at all,
Okay.
Ricardo. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brendan. It's
Awesome,
good to
man.
see you, man.
Lekker.
Cheers.
As we take our way on to the race again, Steve Saunders, the man of the hour, doing 2 races today. And we still got that breakaway, which is a couple of seconds ahead of us. And here is the back of that bunch now as we look at the Nessa riders and the parents of Joshua Dyke. So as we have Keenan Rutt, his job is done for the day. There's old Keenan Rutt, road cover DMS. And they really have done a great job this year. Ryan Gibbons obviously taking the win in the race yesterday. And not only that, Buffelstrap, but it will be the first major of the year, which is Cape Town Cycle Tour, as well as Amashova. And if you know cycling, you know that there is a triple. And I know that people have spoken about the triple. It's probably the one time of probably the most confident one can be when you got a rider like Ryan Gibbons going for the triple. I know that Mark Pritzen was going to do the triple and has attempted the triple. And I think it would be Ryan Gibbons' turn this year. As we look through the upcoming events now, we have the 2026 Eastside Classic Road Race, which will be the 1st of November. That'll be 59 kilometers and 103 kilometer race distances. So you have a choice between those two. And then if you have any, if you want to enter it, yeah, go on to info@myway and myactive.co.za. And entries close on the 25th of October, so get those entries in as we have the race weekend and it is done for the day. We are on our last race, which is that A category. This morning we saw the para category and club. They did 5 laps at 8:30. 8:31 we saw the under 21 boys and girls, under 13 girls. They did 4 laps. The under 9 boys and girls did 3 laps. Then we moved on to the C category and competitive women. The C category, also the club category as well. And then obviously the under 15 boys and under 17 girls who did 5 laps. The under 13 boys and under 15 girls who did 4 laps, as well as the B category and the under 17 boys and racing ladies. We are now on that final race with the crit overall points for August. And as we see, the B category will change around now. Matthew Bates will definitely move up a couple of points and slots there. And also Maurizio, saw Maurizio this morning racing, and I mean, he really looks like an absolute beast. He looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger got on a bike and started riding. And he hopefully will move up a couple of points as well with those SA bands as well. So as we go through, so the track champ, and here is going to be the breakaway right now. Breakaway of the 2 riders. So Vian Nieuwenhout and Johan de Villiers. We will take a time gap now to see and your time gap currently 27 seconds. Reino Skitter is currently leading that charge there. As the breakaway makes their way around the corner, and we still see more people going up the hill. And that would be your main bunch right here by the SA champion Reino Skitter. And Nessa also pulling some weight there. Second wheel, Elijah, Brendan Havinga and Kent Main just behind him. Looks like Sianda Gumedi just behind Kent Main, as well as Alexander, who is now moving into that 6th spot in that main group.
Second, that was. I'm going to continue.
And definitely giving me what I need now. And,
Yeah.
we have some coffee. Coffee's done.
Yeah, copy coffee. They do such a good job. Thanks, guys. Flat white, quality. Makes my life feel a whole lot better after 2 races.
Exactly, and you're still being asked to work with me here.
This doesn't work. Brandon, give us a quick rundown. I mean, you've got such a cool little setup here. You've invested in this, and it's something we need in the cycling environment. I mean, we've had 400 conversations around this, and you've gone and got this system together. You've done a few demos, showing me what you've got, sent me a few videos. I think it's phenomenal. And here you are rolling it out, showing everyone what's possible. I think this is the future of our South African cycling problem, is bring the coverage to the people, bring the personalities to the people, show them how amazing our cycling community is. And you can't do that without a setup like this, without a person like you and the work you're doing. So if anyone wants to get hold of this, how do they do that?
Listen, jump on, look for us, Steve Saunders, Instagram, ask for his number. Brendan
And then I'll
Lawson.
look for Brandon Lawson.
That's it. 51 till Joburg.
Because this is you. This is you. This is your equipment.
Honestly, it's fantastic. I was incredibly afraid. I mean, the stream's been going for 92 minutes right now, so an hour and 30, and it feels fantastic to have this right now. Just to be. Yeah, to have this whole setup now. We've got a bit of a replay, so we can actually do a nice little replay on the next sort of sprint. So after the bell lap, we'll hopefully do a nice little recap and replay of that. It's just nice to be behind a camera and just give my voice, to something. It's
your
something.
excitement as well, because you make the sport exciting. This is one of the things people don't understand. It's cool. It's cool to know riders. It's cool to know the sport. But to do that and add some personality, vibe, and excitement to this thing, I don't know how you manage to do it. You bring so much energy to the thing. I think it's brilliant. It's infectious. And now you brought this technology that enables other people to be a part of that experience.
I listen. I'm really lucky to have done this. I'm really lucky to have gotten the equipment I've got, because, I mean, who wants an old ancient man like myself, to be talking the way I'm talking? And I love it. It's something bigger than myself.
17 years younger than me. So the nice thing about this, I can mask myself. No one can see the old oak, and I can pretend I'm young and I know what's going on.
Listen, you're the one with the kit on, huh?
Yeah, check. They say it's important to get to the start line looking like you know what's going on.
All the gear?
No idea.
I never said that, eh? You said that.
But I do know coffee, very important. We got the coffee. I've got a slushy as well. Just in case you're wondering how
You've
I
had a
keep the
freezer, a
calories back.
slushy, 2 coffees.
Yeah, and the last freezer, I put a double espresso in there as well. That's so I can ride home, because we rode here, did 2 races, going to ride home. That's going to be my Sunday, perfect Sunday for any cyclist.
You've got to have a little afternoon nap after this.
And that rounds it off perfectly, especially doing some live streaming with Brandon Lawson. Here come the 2 leaders. These 2, I just got to say, watching them, I got some videos of them coming past. They are on fire. Now, Björn Nevo, the man at the front from Road Cover, he's been sick over the last little while, so coming back into form. Chatting to his dad this morning, and he bought me a coffee. How cool are these guys? But yeah, he seems to be back into form now, and this is where he belongs. He's a racer, out and out racer. And the man sitting on his wheel lost to a Road Cover guy yesterday, came second. Here he is in the same scenario at the crit, Johan Fourie de Villiers. He also went through big surgery recently. He had a big crash the end of last year and then damaged his shoulder, and he had to go through surgery to correct it. Here he is back again in the mix. Ooh, looks like they're closing the gap a little bit.
It does. I know the gap previously was at 27 seconds, so we'll do a bit of a time. I know that Team Nessa are going to tell each other that they need to do that work.
Yep, they're
so
going to have to close the gap. They're the only team not represented right now.
100%. And I mean, coming up and knowing that this is going to be the Gauteng route,
Provincial champs, yep.
they actually need to try and get used to this. They need to see where they're going to be making their breaks, because this is not a common route for them. And that's why we love Jeremy. I mean, whenever you think you know something, he'll always just tell you no, you don't.
Yeah.
And he'll change the route on you. And
Yo, even this bunch is flying out there.
That's
They're
27 seconds.
27.
That's 27
But we've got to keep in
seconds.
mind, it is a points race. And at the moment, the points are being cleaned up by the 2 riders out front.
So
they
there's
would be
our
taking-
action replay. Look at that. We've got a little replay on, and this was the bunch coming past us now.
Brilliant. Just watch the guys that go around this corner, how quickly they line that. Oh, we lost that one. We'll get the next one for you.
Absolutely fantastic.
I love the skills of these riders.
And then
speed
the
they go
peloton
through.
rider there's Dane Apples. We've got a little profile of Dane there. So Dane Apples, South African road cyclist, born in 2001. You know what, Steve?
Yeah, I was halfway through my work career by then.
When I look at some of these riders' ages, I mean, 2001. If you haven't watched the 95 World Cup rugby, then I'm just not too sure. I am getting old, clearly.
95 World Cup rugby, I was 20 years old already.
Maybe you're just a little bit older than me.
Yeah, I am a little bit older than you. More experience, that's what I'll say, more experience. But this front end of this race, I think they were blowing whistle just now, which means another points round coming. The 2 riders out front going to be sweeping up those points. They've taken all the points so far, which means I don't know what those points are looking like. Maybe I need to take a run up to Jeremy to go and get an update on it. But
So we've got Johan de Villiers took third, Vian took second, and Alex took third.
on the first one.
So yeah,
Alex
it's
hasn't
3,
been
2, 1.
participating in the other points.
So this one should be the next set of points,
Okay.
and then there should be the final lap.
And are there double points on the final lap?
Double points on the final lap.
Okay.
So Vian wants the points now, and I don't think he would mind having. I don't think he. Oh no! Well, he only took second last, so Johan would probably want full points. As we look to the standing of the points, and I know we've shown you this before, but Vian is 1 point off Felix at the moment now. So I don't know. I mean, Nessa just want to make sure that they're racing hard and they can limit that damage to Vian.
So Felix, I was just chatting to him now. Last week's race, Meals on Wheels, he had a asthma attack just outside the start line. And it was a little bit chilly at the start. It was a hectically fast start for that race. And I think his lungs shut down on him, gave him a proper asthma attack, a proper scare. So he's not even racing today. He can't defend those points today. I was riding with his girlfriend in the B race. When I say I was riding with, I sat on a wheel for a lap and a half before I got blown off. So he's supporting her today.
Sounds like the type of riding we would do.
Yeah, I was quite proud of myself for being able to go that fast for a lap and a half. The rest of the ladies, no respect for men, especially not old men. But yeah, Felix not actually racing today, so unfortunate for him because he's a proper. He loves this racing. He knows the circuit. He knows how to handle it. He knows how to play the points. But not in the running today.
Yeah, when we look at his crit results, we've got a first place, second place, fourth place, and a fifth place at the previous crits
Always
before
in the
this.
mix. Always in the mix.
Correct. He's a smart rider. He's 26 years old, so some riders would say that he's old. Other riders would say,
That's half my age.
yep, 100%. But what I like about him is when I asked him for something on why he loves riding and what makes him keep riding, he says just the fact that he's able to be in a team that he feels really proud of, to be in kit that he wants to represent. And I thought that was fantastic.
That's a major aspect of cycling that people don't understand. They think it's all about the individual, and you'll get this a lot with the newbies. They'll come into the sport thinking it's all about the individual, not understanding how important it is to be part of a team structure, to have that support. Even if you're not the strongest rider there, or you are the strongest rider there, it doesn't matter. You need that bit of moral support on the sideline. Felix, probably ideal team man to have around. He's willing to sacrifice himself or to do the work and go and get the results for the team.
They look like they might be closing, yeah?
Listen, Johan de Villiers does big miles out there. In fact, both of them. So Vian Nieuwoud's from Northwest Province, and Johan de Villiers from Vrystaat, I think it is. But they literally are neighbours. And train out in those dusty, dirty roads.
Well, they're looking back now. So something tells me that they've agreed that it might not be too kosher to keep it going.
But they get the points now. Third and second, and Nessa on the front of the chasing
Johan's
bunch.
going for it. Johan's going for it. Vian just doesn't.
No, he
He's
didn't
just
get
not
it.
there.
Yeah.
He's just not there.
And look at that. They sit up for the corner.
And there we go. That was the sprint off. Johan just looking back, seeing that Vian was not there. And very good indeed. Here is the main bunch, and it looks like it will be Team Nessa. That's not Havenga, that's Elijah with the third. Oof, that
And
really.
Kevin Scholz as well. Kevin's having a good day as well. He's been in the action. Kent Main, I think he's going to be a little bit frustrated by the activity going on at the moment. Although he's got a teammate up the front there, he would want to be racing. Winner of last week's Meals on Wheels. He ripped that race to shreds.
That's it. As we look at Kent's profile right now, 2024 Cape Town Cycle Tour. Who can forget that? I think the man that really has deserved a Cape Town Cycle Tour win now has edged his name onto that trophy. I think it's a Carol Boyce trophy. And yeah, he's known for his tactical racing and endurance. I think with a man like Kent, I think everyone knows that his sprint's not the biggest thing on him.
No.
It's his heart. We like that. It's his
and
heart.
That diesel engine. Let me tell you, when that diesel engine starts kicking over, he's deceptively powerful. He's a relatively skinny man, but when the power starts going on those pedals and there's no one to interfere with that process, it cranks up more. It's like a jet engine. It just ticks up and ticks up and ticks up and ticks up, and eventually no one can keep up with him. And we've seen that over and over.
definitely. I remember his Cape Town cycle tour when I was on the motorbike, but as we were coming over Seikobosi, he went, and as he went, Mark Pritson was, I think, sitting second wheel. Alan Hatherley was just behind him, and Charlie from the UK. Oh, his surname escapes me now. A mountain biker, and he was in Alan Hatherley's team. But
Yeah.
anyway, I think Pritson looked over, and all I heard was, "Are you going to let him go?" And it was just fantastic to see this all play out because, in that we had Sasha Weber, we had, at one point, we had everyone who was a champion or a national champion who had armbands, and the only person that didn't have those armbands was Kent Main.
Kent Main.
I mean, we
He
had...
deserves armbands.
it was-
Lots of them.
it was-
He doesn't swim well, so armbands would work well.
It was Alex Miller. It was Matt. Was it Matt Beers? It was a little
How's that
Jane
for a
Tolo.
quality field, eh?
It was fantastic. So, and as they went over Seikobosi, they caught him again, and where they didn't expect was him to go again. And just after, it was Capri. And all the riders will know that's where they go to Joel afterwards. And just after there, I think he smelt the beers at Capri and he thought, I'm going now. And when he went, it was fantastic to watch. He does this thing where he puts his arms over the handle. If you ever see Kent in this position,
Yeah, you're in trouble.
you
That's
are
the last
in.
time you're going to see him.
And
Yeah,
it's
never going to see him again.
and he shakes his legs. When he starts shaking his leg, a little telltale sign. I've worked with him in a team, and I said to him the one day, I said, when you start shaking your legs and you put your hand over, you know that everyone knows it's game over. He said, I didn't know that everyone knew that. So yes, that is game over. But fantastic rider, and I think we're lucky the fact that we've watched him racing for so much of his career.
Yeah, he's an entertaining rider, and they've got a solid little team. Good balance in their team as well. They do like to have a bit of a social every now and then. They support each other. Good sense of humor. Always easy to talk to those guys. They always bring a cool sort of angle to what's going on. Not scared to speak their mind either. Here comes Joppie Nieuwoud walking up the road. This is Björn Nieuwoud's dad, and he's looking super happy with his son right now. Here we go. The leaders on their way back up the hill again. Yeah, they're ticking these off. I actually don't think they're going to get caught, you know that. I think they're going to stay away. I think the work that Nessa's going to have to do, they make it too easy for everyone else, and Nessa knows this. So that gap is held steady by the looks of it. Here comes Vian.
So, Vian is a phenomenal time trialist.
Yes,
Absolute phenomenal time trialist. I had Zander Erasmus in my team when Zander was a junior, and Vian was one of the guys that we really pegged and said, there needs to be, some sort of adjustment on.
6 riders left in the chasing bunch. That's it. Oh, there we go.
So Rainer Skutter,
Blown
the
off.
South African champ, just looks like maybe the heat. I mean, Steve, you've been out there. Oh, there's Brendan Havenga as well from
Yeah,
Team
with
Nessa.
Kevin Skoltz.
That's it. I mean, you've been in this heat. How has this heat been since last week, almost snow, to this week?
Yeah, we're back into summer. And you need some sunblock. That's how you got to deal with it. Jeez, look at the guys at the front end. That Jan Friede Villiers, he has been potent. He's got quite a few event titles under his name for XCO, XCC, the mountain biking environment. He's won a few of the Trail Seeker events as well. He's proper class, that rider. A few gravel titles as well. And now mixing it up in the road environment. And proving himself in this one, because this isn't a slacker field. This is a serious field of riders.
It's not. And I'm just looking down the road as we see Kent Main just hang off to the right just a little bit and just see if anyone is going to make a break. And it's almost, is this a downhill where one can sort of make up a bit of time on that downhill? What sort of tactics are we looking at going down this hill? Because
I'll give you the rundown on this one. My personal, I would rather be sitting in that chasing bunch, being dragged along, than off the front on this down. It is hard work to maintain the speed because it's a slight headwind as you're heading down. And obviously you're trying to keep the speed as high as possible. This headwind's working on you all the time. Luckily, our breakaway at the front has 2 riders, so they can share out that workload a little bit. If there was one rider on their own, I would say the bunch would catch him. That quality group of 2, not going to be comfortable, but I think the firepower they've got is a little bit higher than the firepower that Ness is willing to throw at this to close that gap down. And Kent is sitting on their wheel all the time, which means they know they're going to have Kent go over the top of them at some point, and they have to keep something in reserve to be able to counter that move. So now they snookered on this.
If you were Kent Main right now and you are sort of biding your time, I mean, he's only there because he can't drag the bunch back to Vian. Would you wait until there was one lap left and try and just, get as close as you can and help Vian? I mean, you said it as well. He's a little bit sick. Maybe he might just need a bit of motivation. I mean, if Kent was in my team and he came across to me,
Yeah.
I would know that my legs need to start working very quickly.
And, Vian would know this. He's a wise youngster. He's been in the team with those guys for a long time. He knows how it works. He knows what his responsibilities are. Kent knows what his responsibilities are. It's always to get a result, always to get a podium, preferably a win. But the podium is more important than necessarily the win. Make sure you got riders on the podium, and from that, you're going to get the wins anyway. So we've got some pedestrians working in the business park here, crossing the road, not aware that there's a bicycle race on. Some of our younger riders in the younger under 23 junior category coming through. The racing has been shattered all over the place.
Yeah, we've got these little bunches, ones, twos, and threes. I think what might be difficult about this racing now is because we've got, Tsanolo riding all over the world, because we've got quite a few teams that are everywhere. The bunch is not big, which just means you can't hold on as nicely as you would like.
Yeah. So that's the bell going, means final lap. This is the end of the race. And Jan-Frie de Villiers looks like would have ranked up the most points, looking like the stronger of the two riders. Is Kent Main going to put that pressure on? Going to do 50 k's an hour on the drag back up to this final straight.
Only 50?
Only 50. She said we were doing 41, 42, and I was bleeding. When everyone's hanging on for dear life, there's nothing more you can do about it, and someone accelerates, and you look at them and you think, I can't even move a toenail. I can't respond.
Well, I was actually using this. I don't even know what you would call it. This metaphor, actually, with Ricardo earlier. Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at me
For
go.
cyclists, this is a big word.
So basically, this is almost like it's almost like when you leave your favorite jumper at your ex-girlfriend's house. You got to fetch it, but it's uncomfortable.
You don't want to go there. You would rather buy a new jersey.
Yeah, but it's your favorite jumper. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you got to do it. So here we go. The guys are coming up.
Oh,
and
look at
coming
this,
over.
Jan-Frie de Villiers. 50 k's an hour. He's going to go around this corner sideways. Jan-Frie de Villiers has caught the motorbike. Oh, he's going to get irritated by this one. The motorbike can't go fast enough to get out of the way. Jan-Frie de Villiers has got the gap. Vian Nieuwoudt's not going to close that gap after the corner, but they have to stay upright on this. I've gone sideways around that corner before.
So they go from a standing still to around the corner, and look at him go.
20 meters, he's got it.
He's got it. There's no shadow of a doubt. But Vian Nieuwoud really putting in the power, the effort, and Johan, look at that.
Yeah,
absolutely
he's
fantastic.
Taken it, nailed it. He's going to take the win today. So a win for Tsanolo, second for road cover. And then Kent Main sitting in the group of 5 behind with the riders shattered all over the place. Let's see if we can pull Jan-Frie de Villiers across for a little chat. Johan, Vian, kom hier, alsjeblieft.
So here is your third place, and we have riders getting up, and they're not out of the saddle just yet. Here they are, and it looks like, is Kent Main even trying to sprint? He is trying to sprint, and is he going to be taking that third place? Who says the man can't sprint? Look at that. Absolutely fantastic.
We got a live stream going. You're going to have to come and sit down.
There is your replay. I know he would want it on camera, and he's got it on camera. Look at that. Smiling and smiling. So
Rhiannon, you're able to pick us up. I'm going to see if we can have a chat to the guys here. Let's see if we can get a camera onto them. A phenomenal race out there, an animated race as well. Here with the Tsanolo Pro Cycling Team rider, the man who took the final sprint, Jan de Villiers. Free State or Northwest or Gauteng? Vrystaat. Vrystaat.
Yeah.
Northwest.
Yes.
Northwest. And no respect for the Gauteng riders at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's part of racing, and yeah, Northwest and Free State Oaks, we have to show them what's what, eh?
You definitely did that today because that bunch, you could see them working hard. It got smaller and smaller lap by lap. It got whittled down, but you guys kept away the whole time.
Yeah, I was glad he made the break. I did not know when to go. It's my first crit ever, so yeah, it's first win as well.
That was brilliant. Yeah, and points race, which means you've got to be thinking all the time. You've got to be going for those sprints in between 3, 2, and 1 on each of those preem laps. And at the end of it, double points, which means you nailed it with that final sprint.
Yeah, the intermediate sprint makes it more exciting, and yeah, we love it. It's just amazing to be able to do that in a crit race.
So give us a rundown. The racing as it develops, because in the beginning it looked pretty hectic. There were 3 of you in the beginning. Alex Christie with you for the first of the preems across the line, and then from there you dropped Alex, and the 2 of you seemed to work quite nicely together.
Yeah, I mean, we worked very nice together. Everyone kept rolling, and yeah, we just put the hammer down and see what happens. Yeah.
And conditions out there is a little bit of a breeze blowing. It means that you got a tailwind from the far end of the course back this way. Slight crosswind every now and then, but mostly tailwind. Means that you're going flipping fast back up the hill. But you hit this section into a headwind. You got the turnaround. You got to accelerate out of that again, and then that downhill, which feels like you're straight to a block headwind.
Yeah, it's like you always turn into the headwind, but when you head back, it's almost like a tailwind. And then this last drag, yeah, I put down an attack to take the win. Yeah,
And you almost got the motorbike as well.
yeah. So this last turn, I went into slipstream, but and I just head out.
That does happen because when you're doing 55 k's an hour up a hill, most motorbikes can't keep up.
Yeah, I'm just glad to take the win today. Yeah, race
No.
against the motorbike.
Yeah, it was. Both of you are looking like motorbikes, but well done, guys. A phenomenal race. Got to say, fist pump to both of you. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Steve.
Cheers.
So there we go, Brandon Lawson. How good are those oaks? Legends.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. That is our day done. Now, obviously, we've spoken about, and I'm going to bring it up on screen here, 6th of September. That is the Gauteng Provincial Crit Champs. Not only that, but your next event is the 2026 Eastside Classic Road Race. Jeremy will have a road race, and it is going to be fantastic. Again, distances, I think 53, 103. So there is plenty of action. And obviously after today, a lot of questions, because these are the current results that are before the race. So those and that will be changing. But again, Steve, from all of our sponsors, a massive, massive thank you.
Yep,
it's been
absolutely.
fantastic to have you here joining me. And I don't think that there's much else to say.
Brandon, I'm going to say well done to you, bringing this live stream, bringing the coverage to everybody else, bringing your vibe and your energy to this whole environment. I love what you're doing. And guys, if you are watching this and you've got an event, get in touch with Brandon, get in touch with me, whichever way, it doesn't matter. Get a live stream to your event because it just adds legs to your event, gives that marketing opportunity to get more sponsors in there, get more exposure for those sponsors as well. So, hello, puppy. Yeah, there we go. Josh Dyke
Hi.
is in.
Josh,
is in
your
Spain.
dog is here. There we go.
Yeah, it's not Brandon Lawson. It's
no,
your
no,
real
exactly. There we go. Oh.
What's the dog's name?
Josh is clearly watching the stream. Why wouldn't you be? But ladies and gentlemen, riders of all ages and shapes. There we go.
I'm one of those shapes.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And that is it from Steve Saunders and myself, Brandon Lawson, over and out.
Cheers, guys.
Sun is melting into shades of gold. Salt on our skin, hearts never getting old. Cold drinks laughing in our hands, barefoot dancing in the sand. One more round, nobody's keeping time. Every face is glowing in the light. The waves keep singing to the shore. Tonight is all we're living for. Leave the world behind, let tomorrow wait. We've got nowhere else to be. Nothing but tonight, nothing but these lights, nothing but the ocean breeze. start singing effortlessly. No one's looking at a phone. We've never felt so close to home. The DJ lets the record breathe. Every heartbeat finds the beat. The stars awaken one by one, just as the night has begun. We don't need a reason, we don't need a plan. Just another song again. Nothing but tonight, nothing but these lights, nothing but the waves beneath the moon. Nothing but our friends laughing till the end, like this night was written just for us. The memory stops right here. Every smile becomes a souvenir. We'll remember how it felt long after summer's gone. When the tide rolls in, we'll still be dancing. When the fire burns low, we'll keep believing. Some nights become forever before they even end. And somehow this feels like one of them.